Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Engineers Ascension. In the previous episode, we managed to build this ring of barnacles around our crater, and it took me an age, so the episode was kind of short, and so today we're going to be doing a little bit more defensive expansion. And all of this is of course leading up to our inclusion of the Corruption PvE mod, which I'm really looking forward to using. I'm getting some weird lag spikes today. I wasn't getting these yesterday or the previous morning when I was recording this stuff, so I'm not sure what the problem is. Also, I have disabled meteorites because... or meteor showers, rather, because it was coming like literally every second, and I had it set to normal, which makes me think that one of the mods was bugging out the, timing settings on it, because that's just not correct. Can I walk on this? It's not a terrain glitch? Okay, good. It looked a bit janky. Alright, but today we have quite a bit to do. So, I think first things first is going to be relocating... or maybe not first things first, but a goal is going to be to relocate our refineries and assemblers, probably build a few more of them, into a separate building that we can shield, so they're not just sort of jutting out on the side. Yeah, this will stay there for now. But I think very, very first priority is going to be to establish some more guns, and some bigger guns as well. So, I was thinking of initially building some decoy pylons out of... oh, and I'm dead. Okay, I'm not going to be building much if I slam myself into the mountainside. Should really play with the HUD on. Yeah, there we go, and then you can see your speed, that helps, it helps. So, as I was saying before I so unceremoniously ended that discussion, I am thinking of placing some decoy pylons, just sort of in and around the crater base, maybe just like 4 of them or so. And the idea behind that is to ensure, let me just get rid of my body, is to ensure that when and if we actually do sort of run into enemy contact coming in towards the base, they won't target our turrets and our structures initially. So it makes a lot of sense, I think. Yeah. I'm getting some weird input lag on my controls, so I'm not sure what's wrong with the game. I may do a reload and restart before we carry on this episode. But what I was trying to say for the past 10 minutes is that I'd like to be able to put some decoy pylons around the periphery of this crater so that when and if we run into enemy ships, they'll target those first. That is it. That's all I was trying to say. And I was actually thinking what could be kind of cool is, since the gravity well is so shallow on Ceres, we could probably, build like an orbital defense platform. Bro, right over here. We're literally, what's that? 200, 300 meters above the surface, and we have no gravity. So it wouldn't even have to have thrusters. It could just float right over here. And of course this is kind of ridiculous, gravity doesn't just end, but oh, look at that, there's a freighter stuck in the ground. Let's go check that out. Now, I've learned my lessons. I shouldn't grind into this thing because it's gonna, trigger a hostile act. I wonder if I could just propose peace to them immediately after raiding them. That could be a bit of an exploit. What is this thing saying? Is there anything I can do with it? Oh, hello. Private client, Evan Baxter, departure, that date, cool, destinations to Outpoint 17. He's got organic matter, automatic rifles, and ammo mags. Well, that's exactly what I want. Access denied. Access denied, access denied, access denied. Text panel, public title. Can't get through the control panel either. Oh, but there's some juicy cargo in here. Oh, it's big. Oh, whoa, I underestimated the size of this thing. Well, I mean, we can get some free scrap metal, right? 16, not much, but it's better than nothing. It might be worth scrapping this thing once we have our turrets up. Is that saying... oh, okay, hold on, we got more. Yeah, gravity-generated components, construction components, steel plates. Ooh. Ooh, now I'm tempted. Okay, so I think that we're gonna be... yeah, we're gonna be paying a little bit of a visit here to this thing again in the near future, if it's still here, once we've got our turrets established, because it's going to bring reinforcements and I'd like to be able to deal with them. Yeah, more buttons, but no commands. Interesting. Very interesting. Is that coming towards us? The Umbumbu? I don't know. Let's go investigate that unknown signal, though. See what that's about. These ones we can grind down, because they're friendly. So that's fine. We could also attack that pirate. I mean, technically I suppose attacking pirates is probably the best way to do it, because attacking the civilians will bring the space cops after us. And I don't really want to have to fight them, to be honest. Hey, what have you got for me? Ooh, this one's a snazzy one. And have you got a button? I can get a free skin? Yes. Nice, what did I get? What did I get? What did I get? A newspaper drill. Okay, I hadn't got that one before. That's nice. Cheers. Are you gonna drop the parachute if I cut you? No, you're not. Oh, wait, we can take stuff out of here, can't we? Yes! Look at that. Lovely. And some free uranium. It's like free real estate, but even better. But as I was saying, let's go ahead and work out how we can put together a little bit of an orbital defense platform here. So let's get some altitude. And I want to try and center this thing as best as possible. So we sort of just want to get it over... I might need to use this. That's not really the center of the screen, is it? That's pretty central. Right over there. So if we place our first block... Oh god, that all went to shit very quickly. Let's try and just get it relatively horizontal. I'm not too fussed about this. We're going to try and make this thing pretty as well. Oh, this is going to take some finagling. Yeah, that could work. That could work. Okay, now I just got to make sure I don't bump this, because it's all going to go very wrong very quickly otherwise. So, I am going to be doing heavy armor on these things for the most part, I think. And the idea there is that this thing's going to be taking a lot of fire from a lot of different directions. And I kind of want it to be able to, you know, fight for itself. And my sort of thinking is to build it up here. And then, as just an added layer of, like, realism, what we'll do is we'll build it up here, we'll get it aligned, and then we'll just get some thrusters on it, just to move it down a tinsy bit, so that it can just hover inside the gravity well. It'll also help me line it up to the planet's surface. So, let me get designing now. Because, yeah, this is gonna be complicated. Alright, so here is our core scaffolding all laid out. I've got 2 enormous railguns, 4-point defense systems of varying size. These ones are the 50mm burst gun turrets, which are actually kind of more an assault weapon than anything else. And then these are our point defense systems, the 4.5mm CIWS. And then we have a remote control box, so we can access this thing, as well as an antenna on the back, so we don't have to fly up here. We have a gyroscope, so we can rotate it if need be. We have a small cargo container, well, 2 small cargo containers, a pair of batteries, a pair of small reactors, and yeah, that's about as much redundancy as I've included thus far. So my plan is to kind of come in, weld up the shell, put some ammo in it, and then take some pot shots and just see how it fares. That's sort of the idea for now. And then we'll sort of start working out what we can do with it, because there are some clever scripts on the workshop we might be able to incorporate to automate this thing a bit. And I'm also going to include some thrusters and the like integrally, so let's actually do that right now, hey? So let's find, we can probably take up one of these spots. Oh, no, I spelled that wrong. Thruster, there we go. We'll put some cameras on this bad boy as well. But let's get some, yeah, downward facing small thrusters up here. There we go, that should just help keep this thing stable. And these turrets are enormous, so it is kind of difficult to plan around them, to be honest. But they're sort of a necessary evil, as it were. In fact, this one's so large that armoring, or both of these are so large, that armoring these tubes is going to be effectively impossible. So I may actually end up moving both of those out a block. You know what, actually, let's go ahead and do that right now. And you can just see how truly enormous their hitbox is. It's terrifying. So let's give them the old... Oh, no, that's not the tube I was looking for. There we go. That's the one. And let's stick one up here. And that'll actually also just give them a bit more clearance. It'll also allow me to put some armor underneath the damn things to protect them from stray fire from below. That's the tab. There we go. These are not part of the same mod as the OTI weapon systems. These are from, I think it's called Large Ship Railguns Revival or something. And I've only included them because they really just are kind of like one of my favorite mods from yesteryear. Okay, and they're just so huge and so great. And now, I remember them being pretty ridiculously powerful, but very slow firing. Hence the point defense systems. That's just in case things get too close. But this platform is not to deal with small ships. This platform is to deal with any large ships that may approach. And this mod I will be adding does include large ship attacks. So, very much worth including. Hey, milestone achieved. We now have all of the cardinal directions with thrusters facing in them. That was a weird way to phrase that, but you know what I'm trying to say. We now have thrusters facing in all of the important cardinal directions, which is good, which means that we can boop this thing as much as we like, and yes, it will be able to stop itself falling out of the sky. Oh, thank God. Okay. That was a bit of a terror crisis. which we've now averted. Oh, that had a weird build. Yeah, that was a bit of a weird one. Let's see how this thing looks when it finishes, because I'm pretty sure it isn't supposed to have 4 barrels, and it also has like little wing things on the side. Oh, what do you need, buddy? Detector components. Okay, oh, that's, I suppose it is a point defense system. That would make a bit of sense, wouldn't it? And I need small steel tubes. Yeah, so I'm going to continue welding here and getting things up to standard. Oh, I like the way this looks, I gotta say. Yeah, I'm also just going to make sure everything, yeah, is exactly as I thought. The welders don't always take it all the way up to 100% if you don't stay there for long enough. And I have a tendency to move on a bit too quickly with these sort of things. But yes, this is the basic core, I think, of our craft. And I like the way it's looking so far, I gotta say. I think we will keep light armor in the center here, just for, you know, sake. This is going to be shelled. It'll be covered in things, and it'll all look just great. I'm also really worried that those aren't connecting up. Let's try and fix that. I need detector components, it said, which I think requires silver. But yeah, we can't bring that weapon system online until we have 666 gold. And now gold is one of the things that I think it's going to be very difficult to find without actively attacking people. Which is something I've sort of been trying to put off a little bit, to be honest. Let's take 10 uranium, yeah. And we're going to need some more thruster components up there. And that's as much as I can carry. Oh man, I gotta say, these build levels for the railgun look really cool. Oh man, that is super satisfying. And we're about at, you know, what's that, 2/5 of the way to building this thing fully. I don't think I can get into that conveyor tube. No, I don't. Oh, I don't think I have enough motors in here. Do I? Bet you I don't. Nope. Okay, motor run. Let's go get some. And then once the basic plumbing is done and we can put some rounds inside that craft, I'll feel a bit more comfortable. Did that finish making me those guns? Production, assembler. It has. Okay, so we just need to find them. There we go. Okay, so at least our point defense systems will have rounds in them. That is better than nothing. And we need a whole bunch of motors, which we are running shy on. Yeah, we're going to have to either start raiding pretty soon. And oh, actually, Assembler 2 can disassemble. Can disassemble. It can disassemble some of them. Stop doing that. You can disassemble some thruster components for platinum. And then we'll have enough to make that other weapons, or the ammo type. Right? I think so. Let's swap those around, see if we can make some now. How much do you need per? Hey, there we go. Even if we could just throw like 2 in, you know, 1 for each gun, that would help a ton, so at least they can fire something. Oh man, those are actually quite large. Let's get some more iron in the base. Thank you. Oh, those are really large. I suppose we can dump all of this surplus stuff. There we go, and that also gets us some more magnesium. Okay, that'll do for now. Let's go weld all of this up. Yeah, we're gonna need to find a source of gold, and I think for that I'm realistically gonna have to go and mine. I was hoping that cargo ship at the bottom there, we can go have a look again, but I kinda don't think it has any gold in it. What do you need? Oh, I just couldn't hit it. Okay. Yeah, the hitbox on this thing is just so ludicrously large. Oh, we need power cells too. Interesting. I wonder if they store their own charge. They probably have to charge up. It has been several, almost, I think, years since I last used those, so who knows. Do we want to do it green? I don't know. We'll decide on this color scheme when we come back up here. But in order to make this thing easier to see for now, I am going to do the unthinkable. And, oh god, I did the wrong thing. I need to remember how to do the unthinkable. There we go. We're going to paint it all green. And that's just to make it just that little bit easier to spot at night. In fact, you know what? Screw green. We're going to make this thing something even easier to see, which is bright. There we go. Control Shift, middle mouse button. Okay, it's going to be a lot harder to miss at this point. And do we want to stick lights on it yet? That's kind of a major commitment to position, which I don't think I'm ready to make. Yeah. Oh god, how big is your hitbox that I can't even place blocks on top of the thruster? Oh my word, it's huge. I suppose the turret does have to swing the whole way around, doesn't it? Fair enough. Fair enough. I did use the turrets and not the fixed guns. But damn, these build models look cool as shit, man. Okay, let's drop off the ammo we're carrying. And mine up some more magnesium, I think. And then we're probably going to have to work out what we're going to do about gold, silver, and, you know, all the other metals. Mostly iron, really. I really need to find iron. We're also going to have to build a mining ship. Because Quasimodo here is just really an awful craft in every respect. It's just, he's too powerful in some directions, not powerful enough in others. It maneuvers like, you know, an erratic ADD brick. And it's just typically vulnerable. You know, I've got like 6 armor blocks on this thing in total, I think, which is just stupid. And so I really don't want it to be engaged by anything. But it does work at the moment as like a heavy hauler just for doing all these big welding projects while we set ourselves up. And I'm just going to grind that connector together. Ooh, just the way... Oh, there we go. Just the way Keen intended. Okay, let's lock that together. Lovely. Now, magnesium. My god, the day cycle is just so stupidly slow. It's like half an hour of sunlight. And again, my world settings aren't set to that. My world settings are set to like... I don't know why I still have series displaying. I kind of know where I am. My world settings are sort of display, you know, it was set to like, I don't know, I think it's 2.5 hours day-night cycle. So it should be an hour each. But it's closer to like 20 minutes. And the meteorites were misbehaving and freaking out. Oh, this is ice. Oh, I hadn't noticed. Well, I'm not going to be running out of oxygen anytime soon. That's great. It's like right underneath the crater. That's fantastic. I mean, that was why they colonized Ceres in the Expanse, right? Was because it had underground ice deposits. Or ice oceans, as it were. Is it still an ocean if it's made out of ice? A frozen ocean, maybe? Yeah, sure. Why not? Ceres, apparently, the ice deposits on Ceres are water ice, but they are full of salts. And not regular old sodium chloride like we know, but more like perchlorate salts, which are the nasty ones, the ones that give you mega maximum cancer. So you kind of don't want to be drinking this water without, you know, filtering those out in some way, or breathing it as air, for, you know, that matter. Let's, I don't know if you electrolyze salt water, if any of the salt contaminant would find its way through to the gas. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it gets left behind as a deposit, but, you know, I wouldn't take the chance if I didn't have to be honest. Okay, we have a full bottle of oxygen, and we need to find gold. So I'm thinking of just going ahead right now and emptying out my inventory. Let's pay another visit to that crashed cargo ship. Is it still here? It is. I don't think it's going to be leaving, because I think as long as these ships are within, I think I said 10 to 15 kilometers of the player, they won't despawn. So this thing's kind of just going to sit here until we decide what to do with it. And did any of its cargo manifest include gold? Organic matter, automatic rifles, and that. I wonder what organic matter is in this game, because maybe canvas, but that could, no. Generated components, construction components, small steel tubes. Okay, so useful, but not what we need. Yeah, anyway I can trade with you, Einhards. I am interested in doing so. But I don't know if you're a vanilla ship or part of the new expansion ships. What's under here? Nothing of importance. And I think you're completely automated, right? Oh, I'm getting cooked. I'm getting cooked. Very gently. Very gently roasted. Medium cargo container. Okay, now, so we should definitely come and investigate this thing. What's wrong with your battery? It's fine. I suppose you've got reactors running. You don't really need anything else. Very cool ship design. I like it. Very angular. And you can... Oh, it's modular too, so you can attach things with merge blocks. Nifty. Yeah, I think this is one of the vanilla cargo ships, but I'm actually not certain. So let's go dig up some more magnesium, just so that we have... Because it takes quite a while to refine, and then while we're gold hunting, we can, you know, we can look for all that. I'm tempted to take that thing out for a spin, but I think it's best if we leave it protecting the base. You know, even if at present it is essentially just, you know, there for looks. It doesn't really got all that much more range than our current turret ring does, but it's higher up, so you know, it will be a point of first contact, which is something I hadn't considered actually. We are going to need to armor it because until we can get a reliable series of decoys live, it is probably going to be quite vulnerable to attack. Okay, let me go ahead and throw some uranium in that assembler so we can try and make some of these slugs. Yeah. I'm assuming that that's what these are, is for the railgun. It seems correct. 50 milliliter NIFE Duo slug. Yeah. Seems about right. I mean, that looks like a railgun projectile, so we'll let that slowly tick away on those. While we work out how we're going to do... Oh, I need to put a ore detector on this thing. Where can I stick one? Just on the back here, probably? Yeah. Do I have one on my hotbar? I don't see why I would. So, let's get one out. Ore detector. Yeah, slot number 4 usually becomes my sort of miscellaneous stuff. Oh, of course. I always forget the goddamn plates and things. Hey, look at that. Okay, remote control block, and oh, I forgot to finish the antenna. We just need some of these antenna components. There we go, 4 to be precise. Beautiful, and voila, I'll stick those in there. Okay, nice, and I think I'll bring what I have with me along, just in case we need to effect any simple repairs. Oh, there was a hydrogen bottle in there, wasn't there? Yes, there was. And we'll bring some spare tools too, because, you know, why the hell not? Okay, I have a minigun with a bajillion rounds. I have an empty-ish ship that needs its welder replaced with mining drills. So what's the easiest way to do this now for us? I think it's going to be to put another conveyor and then attach some drills like that. So let's get the drills out for starters. Are they even on here? No. Drills, there we go. We now have the connectors on the first tab, so we don't need them there. And we're going to have to get rid of our spotlights. We'll replace them. We'll replace them, don't worry. Those are almost vital for mining. Fantastic. 3. I'll put them higher up so I can see what's going on pretty easily. Yeah, that'll do. And then we'll weld those up. So, now the real question becomes, how do I connect it to this thing? So I should, in an ideal world, oh, if I rotate this like that, yeah, then what I can do is I can go connector, not connector, sorry, conveyor, and get the small one over there, and I can just stick that there, and that should do the trick. Okay, I need to weld all this up. Okay, so we should have, yes, those drills are attached. Quasimodo is in his mining configuration. And again, I'll just go ahead and dump these as spares in the back seat there. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and grab some more large steel tubes, just in case we need to repair those drills. I think that's the one thing we're shy on, in any meaningful amount. And then we'll just throw them with everything else inside that connector, because connectors are very hard to break. Okay, to the stars, I think. But I think that's also probably what we're going to have to call an episode for today. So, let's just do a quick recap. We did some pretty awesome construction up here on our orbital defense platform, but we have fallen short of our goal because we need gold. And, yeah, that's an iron and, you know, all the other base materials and things like that. Why is that not connected? What is wrong with you? Oh, it's because that's not built. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, that's. I mean, I'm pretty chuffed with the way this thing's turned out. We are going to need to do a lot of pretty work on it in the upcoming episodes, but this is going to be the second last preparation episode, because the last one, when remining and such, is going to be my final straw. I am at just over an hour's worth of recording time now, so I'm giving myself 1 hour more before I enable the corruption mod, which will mean that episode 9 will be the first instance of our continuous assault. And we're probably going to lose, but it's going to be a lot of fun either way. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit that dislike button. And as always, please subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.